Welcome to Phú Mỹ Thermal Power Company. Phú Mỹ Thermal Power Company is located on an area of about 87 hectares. This is one of the leading units in the field of electricity power industry in Vietnam and the region. The company is managing and operating 13 electric generating units with a total capacity of 2,540 megawatts, using combined cycle gas turbine technology from large corporations around the world, such as General Electric, GE, Switzerland, Siemens, Germany, Mitsubishi Hitachi Power System, MHPS, Japan. The company has been providing large, stable electricity production annually, contributing to maintaining security for the national electric system. For safety and security, visitors are required to strictly comply with security and safety regulations and instructions during visits in Phú Mỹ Thermal Power Company. Entry procedures. When coming for business trips, visiting, training, or transactions at Phú Mỹ TPC, you shall wear formal clothes, acknowledge the rules and regulations of the Phú Mỹ TPC, comply with the instructions and control of security guards, present necessary documents, accept the security control of guards. Banned goods and combustible substances are strictly forbidden from being brought into the company. Contact the receptionist at the lobby of the office building for instructions. Requirements when working in the company. Comply with rules and regulations in the department that you are working in. Acknowledge the evacuation plan in the area that you are working in. Do not drive, stop, or park your vehicles outside the designated areas. Do not obstruct fire engine access or block fire hydrants. Smoking in prohibited areas and production areas is strictly forbidden. Do not arbitrarily enter the production areas and warning areas without the instructor. Do not arbitrarily operate any equipment in the production line. Do not use mobile phones, radios, and transceiver electronic equipment. Filming or taking photos in areas with prohibition signs are forbidden. Emergency. If an emergency occurs, a warning signal will sound. All personnel are required to stop all working activities, disconnect and isolate all energy sources, stay calm, and quickly follow the emergency exits to the nearest assembly area. Comply with the instructions given by the company's officer and safety department. Thank you for your attention and cooperation. General regulations when working on site. In order to be allowed to work on site in Phú Mỹ Thermal Power Company, it is required that the contractor's staff must be fully trained on occupational safety and health knowledge according to the regulations, participate in safety lessons, and pass the test. Equip and use appropriate personal protective equipment. Equipment and tools brought into sites must be declared and have an unexpired certificate of inspection for equipment with strict OSH requirements. Bring your admission card with you during your work at sites. Procedures for performing visits. Prior to the commencement of work, the work group contractors must apply the permit to work procedure to the relevant equipment management department. Only when the Equipment Management Department has implemented safety measures, handed over the working area, and gave the permission, then you are allowed to carry out your work. The person in charge of the work group must perform a risk assessment, implement additional safety measures, be present to guide and supervise at the worksite at all times. You must strictly follow safety measures, especially when working with electrical equipment, working in flammable and explosive areas, working with lifting, lowering, pulling equipment, cranes, working at height, working in confined spaces, working with chemicals. The safety supervisor of the work team must regularly inspect and ensure that the regulations on occupational safety and health are complied with. The working group is only allowed to work in the specified work area and with specified equipment. Consideration should also be taken of unsafe and abnormal activities or conditions that is required to stop work, and immediately report to the Equipment Management Department. After finishing work, you have to return the working area, hand over the equipment, clean the area, sort wastes, and gather garbage in the prescribed place. The safety department of the company will regularly patrol and monitor. If any individuals or contractors do not comply with these safety regulations, they shall be recorded with a record of violation and immediately suspended from their work. The goal of the company is not to damage the system, equipment, not to cause injury to people, and not to cause harm to the environment. Please contribute to achieve this goal by strictly complying with regulations and instructions on occupational safety and health during your work in Phú Mỹ Thermal Power Company. Thanks and regards.